So here we are, heads into that skate. Been into it for about 15 minutes now. And he's already in a chair.
We couldn't get the camera on straight away because we was doing a live video at the time. Obviously you'll see that if you watch the live video. It's absolutely Baltic. I always seem to get the cold one, so I've got that wind coming right in my face now, southeasterly. I'm trying to hold steady pressure on this fish. I did gain a little bit on him earlier on, and then he took it back again. So we'll just have to keep playing and see what happens here.
I'm quite happy to go. Gaining forward. How's it, Ed? Get it again in it? Sorry mate, I was just sorting all that stuff out.
I'm just holding his chair down.
He didn't want to come in now. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what with the importance with a fish like this, I find, is to keep that rod bent. And what I was trying to, well, what I explained to the other lads yesterday was to, when you reel down, is don't drop the rod, just reel into the bend of the rod. So you've always got that arc in there. When these fish, they can almost feel it. Well, they can feel it. When you give them the slightest little bit of slack, and they'll take every advantage of it and dive back down. I didn't think I'd drop the tip of the rod then. I think he wasn't ready to come up. But yeah, it's important to keep that bend in the rod at all times. Ordinarily, with any of the fish, I wouldn't be sat down like this. But I've got a bit of a tender back as it is, and these fish, these skate actually, they put you through the ringer. I mean, the lads there, they had theirs 24 hours ago, and they're still sore now because of it. So I'm just trying to take it a little bit easy. You see my hands are already starting to go. Can you get me them gloves, Dave?
Oh no,
let's put a bit of pressure on here and see if we can get it moving.
we're getting them in now. Yeah, we're going to get them in now, so we're not mucking around. Get out of the way and just do it right like that. Just moving all the rods out of the way.
Our fish doesn't want to seem to move at the minute. We'll give him another minute or two and see what he wants to do.
Got the lid
Get
on
on.
your rod. On your rod. You said that bait was for a leg.
Well guys, if you take a look now, Chris is going to walk over now. And he's going to stand in front of the camera here and show you another species that you can get from me. What I've done is I've shortened up a really small bait, and and blasted it as far as I could to the horizon, but out towards a wreck that's off to the right hand side here. And if Chris wants to bring that in a little bit there now, and you just take a look at that, look. Perfect little ling. Hold that up to the camera, Chris, while I'm fighting this gate. There you are.
Look at that.
What the lads are doing now, this fish is holding the bottom a little bit here. They're shifting all the rods out of the way for me, so that when we get it up, we can bring it around the side and land it safely.
Yes, we just jump around the other side of them now. Try it.
Right, can you grab the headlight now, mate?
I'm going to grab it now, yeah. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Got one clip. Well, that's all the rods out the water now. All down to you, Edward. All we can do is wait.
And this is why it's good to have a little team with you when you're out. It was all done the same, exactly the same for when Chris had his fish first, exactly the same for when Nathan had his. Teamwork all the way. It's the only way to safely get one of these fish off the bottom and land it. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
She's hugging. She ain't ready to go anywhere. Need a bend in that rod. Let's stand over light on it.
Well, you can stop mine as well now for a minute, mate. At least we've got the start of it now.
Right, I'm going to turn the camera off now because we could be here quite a while, so
Right,
we'll be back in a bit.
Anyway, and I'll come back on.
Right, thought we'd come back quickly. Ed's got this fish moving again now. Let's just hope we can get it on the side. It's doing fucking brilliant.
No.
No. Yeah, she's coming. She's still coming. Look at the bend in that rod. Hold on, Ed. No, she says no.
Oh.
She says no. She ain't ready.
That's just one tiny little flap of the wing. He's having none of it.
Hopefully get this one to the side, it'll be another 100 plus. Absolutely smashing it. No, there he's running, she's running. little box there.
No, that's right, mate. Just over there.
Aye.
All good?
Yeah.
Well, guys, as you can see, we've gone right in the dark now and we've still got this fish on. I've just been informed by the lads, it's 2 hours now I've had it on. It's not really given me a lot in the last half hour, 3/4 of an hour. It's just pretty much sat there. I think this one's going to be quite a lengthy battle again. Hopefully, I can get this one in. Right, guys, it's a Friday morning now, day number 3. As most of you have probably seen on the live video, I lost that fish that I had on. Absolutely gutted again, but trying to act all enthusiastic. Yes, we're going to catch one still, but it is what it is. It's fishing, lads, you know. It's bad enough when you're on like a rock mark or something like that, or one of the reefs in a channel, and you know you got a little fawny on, or a small eye, or a blonde, or something like that, and he's snagged up, and you think, no, come on, come on. And when it parts, it's don't want to fish again. But I mean, up here, these things are massive, absolutely huge, and you can gear up as much as you want, but if they don't want to come up, they're not coming up. Don't matter how much gear you got, how much strength you got on your back, which I haven't got a lot. I was sat on my seat for most of it, as Nathan's pointing out over there. But it's a very wet day today. The wind is up. We've got 25 to 40 mile an hour winds, southeasterly, absolutely Baltic. We're going to do our best today, stick at the baits, keep them going. Not sure what we're going to get on the camera though, because I don't really want to bring that thing out in the wet. But stay tuned, guys, more to come. Oi, Chris! He's not camera shy! This is the cameraman, Chris. We are a team of 3 lot, just in case everyone thought it was only a team of 2, because Chris was like a garden gnome over there last night. But no, we're here and we're having fun. We got the awning up now here. I've got a little bit of a drip in there, look, because I haven't got the top pieces.
That's a nice way to speak about Chris, isn't it?
Okay. As you can see, we're all ready to go again. Perfect little bait, or big old bait, should I say. Let's get him in a tide, eh? One thing with fishing here is the depth. You can be sitting there for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, just waiting for that line, just waiting for that bait to hit the bottom. So we'll let it keep running. Today is the last full day, as Nathan said earlier on, so we're going to have a bit of a clean up today. Get everything bagged up, get everything cleaned up. There's mud and bait, stinking bait and everything all over everything, isn't it, Nathan?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So bit of a clean up. Hopefully I can get one out, because I'd love just to go up to the local pub and see the hospitality that you get. Because down here, I mean, I've been up to the dive centre, and the lady up there, she's absolutely brilliant. You know, the last time we came up, she cooked us breakfast. But I'd love to just go up and see the hospitality up there and see how we're getting on. Chris has just been over there having a chat with a couple of the Scottish lads that's just come over to have a fish. Long old chat, Chris?
It was. Hey, right, good lads?
Yeah. Right. I think it's about time for me to stop this one, old butt. There it is, it's just stopped. Just stopped. There we are, just make sure that ratchet's set. Last thing I want is that rod going up and over and into the tide. I'm pulling everything else with it. So let's get on with it, lads. Well, there we are, guys. Another little spur. Getting a little bit bigger if I can remember the last one. But look at that, it's still got the bait out of his mouth. He won't let that go for nothing. Look at that eye, look at that. Absolutely stunning fish. They just, well, to be honest, this one did put up a little account for himself. Normally they fight like a wet paper bag from up here, but this one did put up a little account. I think he is a male, but let's get him back, catch some more. Yeah, put it down here, mate, just in case he shoots off. I can't see it, it's gone straight down there. Right, guys, perfect example here. This is what we're having to contend with down there. This one I pulled up with that last line. It's just line snags. There's tons of them down there. It's a sheer cliff, basically, what you're trying to lift up, and you're bound to lose a bit of gear every now and again. But the only reason I thought I'd show you, just to show you this. Now that is the business end of a rig. That, if you can see that now, perfect is how them hooks are gone now, rotted away. Now, if you happen to get a fish and it doesn't make it up, or you've got to cut a hook off inside because it's too deep down, that's what will happen to the hooks, and they'll fall away from the fish, leaving him unarmed and unscathed. Maybe with just a little piercing. Absolutely spot on. You can see it in all the hooks that's on here. There was another one gone. Where was that other one I seen there? There's another one there. Oh, you can see it's just popped off there, look. Someone was using a wire trace for that one. But just rotted away on the eye, fall away, and then all this will rot away. It's the corrosion of the salt water, see? But yeah, we'll get this one in the bin, not chuck it back, and carry on fishing. Coming up to the last evening now. It's been hard going. We did have one run this morning, but nothing come of it, just took all the bait off the hook. Definitely escaped, there was a hell of a lot of weight there. Just stripped the hook. Obviously the hook never set. Fish kept his mouth shut with a bait in there and pulled the hook straight out. We have been plugging away like you wouldn't believe, religiously swapping out baits, in, out, you know, casting. We're in some good distances now. Obviously all this practice we've had with the braid, so we ain't doing too bad. You can see off in front there's a boat there now. I do believe that's a guy called Davey Holt. He was watching one of the live videos. He went on live this morning himself. I have seen that he's had one skate there, a male, 100 plus. So good on him. Hopefully he can pull a few more out, but I think I'm going to be a bit sick if I see him pulling them out there in front of me and I can't catch a bite in here. But it's the way it goes, I suppose, isn't it? It's the way it goes. We haven't had no breakfast this morning. Nathan's been a bit slack, but I do believe he's going to put a bit of supper on later on, a bit of tea on this afternoon. We've got the last of our food to use up, so he's going to cook the whole lot up, and we'll have a good feast, good few hours fishing. Hopefully the weather stays like this. Bit of cold, don't mind, but the wet stuff is horrible, isn't it? And that wind last night was absolutely howling, absolutely howling. But completely different day today. So yeah, it's getting on now. I'm not sure what the time is here now.
We're 6:30, isn't it?
We are 5:45 in the evening now. I wouldn't mind seeing one before dark. But we just got to keep plugging away at it. See how it goes. See what happens. Right, guys. If we check out here. We've been chucking one out between us over the there's a wreck over there, and look at that what he's just had there now, look. Look at that. He's only a couple of pound, I reckon, 2 or 3 pound, but a very welcome sight. Look at that.
Well done, mate.
Well, Chris had it. Is that one your tea now, Chris, or are you going to chuck it back? Language. Go on, unhook him then. He's only just held on, wasn't he? Right,
Nice
out,
one, mate.
light off. Nice little ding-a-ling. And there you are. How's about that, folks? How's about that? Well, morning, guys. It's our last morning. We are off home, as you can see. We started getting everything together now, drying out some waders, bagging up all our rubbish. We got bags and bags of it here. Just having a last little clear up now. Clean the cool boxes off, a bit of fresh water, and make our way, head home. As you can see, proper clean up, no rubbish. There should never be any rubbish left. Beautiful morning. Shame we couldn't have another night, eh? Still holding out onto the last lot, just with these fishing rods here. A couple of people turned up over the other side there. I think they're only sort of like smaller fishing. Rods don't look like they're up to sort of skate, but yes, very sad indeed. Every time I leave here, very sad. But it's got to be done. So we'll finish packing down here, cleaning up, and off we go. See you on the next adventure, guys. Well, guys, unfortunately our last evening didn't produce a skate. We did have another ling. It was only £2.13, but a nice little sight. A few spur dogs, dogfish. By all accounts, there was other people fishing the rock mark down the end there. Didn't have a thing. Just wasn't enough tide run. And there was a boat out in front. He didn't have anything all night either. That was Davy Hull. One pollock, I think he said he had. It's now about 11 o'clock. We're absolutely knackered. Gonna pack the gear up, get it all put away, have a good clean up of our mess, and pop up the road, have a bit of a breakfast, and head on the road. One thing I do like is that even down in the southwest, we've got certain marks that you can go to, and I suppose everyone's got them, where there's a quirky little animal somewhere close that you know that is always there. You know, you go down to Devil's Point, you've got a load of rats. you go to Mothercombe and there's a badger there. You go to Starrow Bay and there's a fox. He always comes down and tries stealing your bait, and he gets a little bit aggy if you don't give him some. And Blackstone Rock, you got your cows that are absolutely scary in the night. They just stare and stare, and sometimes they'll have a little run at you. But up here, we found a little creature coming out of the rocks, out of the logs, sorry, and it was quite fascinating to see. It actually entertained us there for half hour. Check this video out, lads, and have a little look at him. Here he is. See him walking backwards. Stay still, he's staying there. He's eating it pretty quick. You hear him?
Yeah.
Right guys, as you can see, we're all packed up now. Everything's cleared away. Everything's all nice and tidy, and probably a little bit better than we left it, than we found it, sorry. Time to head up the road, or down the road, sorry. Another 12-13 hour drive. I reckon there's going to be a couple of stops on the way on this one.
Couple sleep naps as well.
I've got little bags there carrying under my eyes. I wish I could put them in the back of the van, but I can't. What do you reckon, Chris?
Nice
Come
start.
in this way a bit, because you're probably out of the shot there a lot. It's a nice try though, wasn't it? Hey, he knows, camera shy. It was a two-man crew this week. What do you reckon to the spot then, mate?
Good spot, lovely spot.
Yeah, right. What was the fight like on that skate, mate?
Brilliant, unreal. Hurt my arms, I know that.
And the whole body was out for a couple of days after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously you had yours, mate.
Yeah, one battered me.
Absolute beast, eh?
Yeah. Monster. If that's the only sort of fishing I could do, get away with it, that's all I'd do. It's just fishing then.
Yeah, it's just a long old trip.
It's a long old journey for us, isn't it?
Very long drive indeed, but yeah, I've got a little bit of a bug for it at the minute. And for the fact that I've had 2 of them whoop me in 2 trips, I'm going to come back again in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
You need to go gym.
Hey.
No, there's nothing you could have done with that fish.
I lifted into that fish, I
Yeah.
bullied that fish, I done everything I could to try and get that fish off the bottom,
There's
and it
nothing
just
you
would
could
not
have
go.
done.
We have had a couple of guys after the live videos over the week saying obviously we need shorter rods, stiffer rods. So a good idea might be a boat rod or something like that, but I'm no Danny Moscops and I'm not exactly sure if I can cast a bait that far with a boat rod.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
So I think a bit of practice up the field with a boat rod is on the cards. What do you reckon, mate? Hey, a couple of 50-pound class boat rods,
They ain't get
up the
away there,
field,
will they?
black and gold 30s, and see if we can empty a spool of braid.
Sounds like a challenge, doesn't it? I'll have to tow it to a car or something.
Right guys, as ever, we really do appreciate everything that you're doing on the page, all the interaction, all the likes and shares. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, guys. We need a few more subscribers. Keep them coming, we're building it, we're getting there slowly. So thank you very much to everyone that watched, everyone that's seen the live videos. Until the next time, guys.